And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, again, they go Procise. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Procise with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he loses the football a second time. It's going the other way. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. Teddy Bridgewater with 2 first-half touchdown passes. They'll begin the drive with Howard, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They go play action with Trubisky. Flushed out right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Running with Howard. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more after this. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff looking right. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. In motion left, White. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They go play action. Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. The drive starts with C.J. Prosise. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. Shrugs him off. Oh, spinning away. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The 2nd quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Teddy Bridgewater with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And now out comes Houston. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On 1st down, Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And a right side completion here by LaFell. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal, and I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt, you talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the defense. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. LaFell, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Wilson throwing again. And look out. I think he's going to go. Past the 20. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Short throw pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
15 yards through the air and a first down. Here's Wilson, and this is incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Play action. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
He is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard right at the 10-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky over the middle to tight end Shaheen with it. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And they're definitely showing blitz here. A give to Howard. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They go with Howard again. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They get 31 yards that time. And it'll be 1st down Bears. Trubisky draw play, gives to Howard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Frank Clark in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right there around the 35-yard line.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Here comes the D swarming to the line. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's complete to LaFell. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll dump it off to Procise. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. On the toss play, Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Trubisky. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. His own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
And this is what coaches talk about. Never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On second down, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On first and goal, Howard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football. But
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. They start out with a run from Procise. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And he finds LaFell complete. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Wilson on second down. His pass caught at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
And it's caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. This is Marshall. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Now a toss coming right side. It's Marshall, and he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped them in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Try the right side with Howard. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 2 yards on the pick up there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Again, left side to Howard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
All right, now, look at this here. Detroit!
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. A good pickup there, a 22. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The target there, Mac Hollins. And it's 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far. But a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. And the D looking like they may blitz. Trubisky will throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Detroit! Detroit go now! Leopard! Now let's go! Detroit! Watching now, Barney!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Defense showing blitz. On 4th down, it's Howard. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 8, maybe 9. But they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Drew Brees. A couple of touchdown passes thus far. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Here we go now.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York